Hello and welcome. Today we're going to be playing catch up with the Bricklink designer program. Now, I slipped on this. I do apologise. I have not been well enough to keep up with the Bricklink designer program over basically the last nearly 2 months. So I know we've done series 3, series 4 we've had a very quick look at as well, but I'm very unsure about series 6 and series 7. So we're basically just going to have a quick look at all of them so you can see what is to come. And if you were obviously a crowdfunder of series 3, well, it's on its way soon enough because it's 6 months from the time this finished. And I do believe you're looking at about March when these are going to be coming out. So the Forest Stronghold, that sold out first. I think the little camper van set then sold out second. And then the Art of Chocolate and the Harbour Mass, or the Harder Office, they both did very, very well as well over the 30 days that this is running for. And then there's two ways to look at the Lost City. It didn't sell out. It still sold some units. But then at the same time, if you backed the Lost City, well, it's going to be potentially one of the rarer Lego sets out and about on the current market. So if you see this at some conventions, I can see the Lost City going for quite a lot of money. Now, the Art of Chocolate for me, obviously, with it being a winter set, looks absolutely stunning. But of course, always to do with the castles and stuff, they sell very, very well. Now, with Series 4, there is a bit of a difference with regards to this because we have got the boat, we've got the Wild West train. Of course, there's a seaside market, which I was going to say more than likely might sell out first. But then we have got this, which is a little bit of everything with regards to the tents, and then you've got the catapult system and all of that kind of thing. So everything goes well with each other, and there again is potentially something for everybody on this. And again, massive congratulations to all of the designers across all of these different series, and you'll probably recognize some of the same names as we're going through as well. The reason why I'm just skipping these is we've already covered these on the channel. Now, Series 5, I think, is the one with the sort of like the Dracula looking castle. Yes, it is. Right. So, Series 5, I thought it was starting to snow out the window then, but I don't think it is. So, we have got, again, something that would go really well with the seaside market, but this is now a pirate version. So, this is one of the first ones that doesn't have anything castle related, but we have got a pirate. The Mushroom Village, that would go very, very well with, I do believe, the stuff that came out in series 1. So you obviously can now start creating this sort of beautiful diorama if you want to. You then got the antiques shop, which does come with a very, very nice truck. Base plate on that looks like it's a 16 by 8. So it's not going to be the biggest footprint, but then at the same time, it's going to be a beautiful thing. But of course, it will keep the price down. Am I talking nonsense? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Talking nonsense. 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 with the curve. So it must be a 16 by 32 then. So that's very, very deceiving with the photos. But again, I really am a big fan of the truck, that's the best photo because for some reason they've superimposed, well, it looks like they superimposed that and then that's the exact same image. So why they've done that, I don't know. But if you want an antiques shop in your layout, it will be yours from June 2025. So head over to the Bricklink Designer Program if you're interested in Series 4 or Series 5, because Series 4 comes out in February of 2025, and then Series 5 comes out on the 10th of June 2025. And I think we've got the whole year covered, I think, for 2025. Now, we've also got the popcorn wagon, which I think will come in at the cheapest. And then, let's be honest, this really is a thing of beauty. Now, obviously, this is going to be the highest price point. It is beautiful, and this would go perfect in my horror section. So I've got plenty of little haunted houses and all that kind of thing. We've got the cool little pumpkin just there, and then we've got all the graveyards and everything. So this really is a very, very special thing, and I would imagine this will sell out very, very quickly as well, but it does look very, very, very good. So if you are a fan of any of these, and obviously please let us know in the comment section below. But again, I've covered all of these, so I have seen these before, and it is on the channel, and this isn't exactly new news to anybody, but 10th of June 2025, this is where you can get your hands on one of these. Now, if you're unsure what the Bricklink Designer Program is, it's basically first come, first serve. It was 10,000 units. They might be increasing that, so just keep your eyes peeled when Series 4 kicks off. And it is basically first come, first serve. So you can get it over a 30-day period, but at the same time, if it goes within 3 hours, it's sold out, it's done, and you're never ever going to be able to get it again. Now, Series 6, I might have had a very, very brief look, but I know I haven't done this on the channel. So what do we have for Series 6? Now, this got announced when I was ill, and I've only just managed to get around. So this isn't coming out until the 6th of October of 2025, which means Series 7 is going to be for 2026. So that is a terrifying thought. So if you want to look at a set, basically for somebody for a Christmas present and surprise them, but of course you've got to then wait 6 months until it turns up, these are your 5. Now, they're some very, very, very different bits and pieces. They've kept it to the smaller bit just for this. We've got the gold mine, which does look very, very nice as well. It's got technically four floors. You've got the gold mine level, then first, second, and third floor, which looks great. So obviously you've got the ground floor, first, second, and third. So that makes perfect sense, apart from might be confusing some people in America, but they call their ground floor the first floor, and so on and so forth. I do believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. Now we've got the art factory, which is, you can see that looks like it's on hinges just there, and it will close like a book. That does look pretty smart, actually. So it's the obviously clearly says the art factory, so obviously you're getting some bits and pieces just down there. Don't forget, all of these were voted for. It's gone through the actual process for the Lego group to actually commission these as such, and then we are away. Now there's some nice detail just down there. I've got a sewer rat with a little bit of water, fire hydrant with some water coming out as well. God, this is the website you can't zoom in on. So you've got Brick Street, that's a nice little thing, and then you obviously got some nice little minifigures just on there. Does look like you've got music and ballet on there as well for the 20th century art. So there is a huge mix of minifigures on here. Now I'll go over these all in great detail like we have done on all of the others in the past. So what do we have in here? So we've got a working elevator. How tall is that? That takes you all the way up by the looks of it to the rooftop, which does look very, very smart indeed. Now down at the bottom, you've got obviously the art, the exhibition hall. So I'm assuming each level is for just different art bits. It's not actually just a museum piece, but you can see just at the top there and the bit at the bottom, it will close on itself. So it will become a modular as such. Make it interesting with regards to the footpaths either side, because obviously then they will come round and it'll just be one long strip. So that does look smart. I quite like it open though, but you can see you've got all the different Technic pins and holes, which means you could potentially extend and do different bits and pieces to it. We've got a piano classroom, and then we have got obviously the ballet classroom. Then we've got the painting academy just at the top right hand side, and then we've got the photography studio. And then we have got a rooftop opening receptions. So that is a very, very interesting thing. So by the looks of it, you take the lift potentially to each floor, and then you've got to walk. There must be a door in between each to see exactly what is going on. But you can see when it's closed, oh, it's just windows. So you've got the elevator gets you into that bit. How you get onto the other side, I'm not too sure, but it is what it is. And then that actually does look very, very smart closed, actually. So you can see now you've got a couple more minifigures. The rooftop shut, obviously that's going to look fantastic. Yeah, that looks like it's a really, that would just fit into anybody's city if you wanted it to. And I think it looks very, very smart indeed. It's a nice little clean build. It's something that I wouldn't need because obviously I'm doing a theme park display, and this isn't really going to work in that type of thing. But I can see all of these photos and people getting on the back wall soup. So we've got brick soup artwork on the back and all sorts. So it's just going to be a fun little build for a lot of people. Closed building interior view. So so the piano room is literally next door. So you just walk through and then you can just go. It just looks like the piano room is you can do ballet to it. That makes perfect sense. You can't go from room to room and it's open, but if it's shut, well, that's how you do it. And obviously, if you wanted to add more people into the ballet class, then obviously you clearly can because you have got all of the little studs just up there. So the minifigures won't fall over. So that keeps it nice. That keeps it nice and simple. You've got the painting bits up at the top, and then obviously the photography studio. Both of those, again, side by side, I think that looks really smart. You can see the lift coming up with the lady, and it's just one open bit with lots of studs, and you've got all the spare bits. So again, you can get more minifigures in there if you wanted to. So it does look nice. The rooftop looks smart. That reminds me of some special memories that I've had having dinner on a beautiful rooftop. But because it's not a full blown restaurant or a hotel, if it was, I would have got this, I would have been first in the queue for it. I don't have to worry about it too much. But again, this is not coming out until the 20, obviously the finest design. They're now in the process with the Lego group of getting retweaked, and then we will see it on the crowdfunding section on the Bricklink Designer Program, and it is 2025. Now it's 30,000 units, so it has gone up. I might have been getting that completely wrong. Maybe it was 10,000 units when it first kicked off, but I had heard that they are now manufacturing more. I didn't understand why the number was so low in the first place, but it is a limit of two, and it's 2 sets per household, and then it's you have to break the 3,000 pre-order, and then after that it'll go into production, and then from 3,000 to 30 it doesn't make a difference. So you can just do 3,500 units. Obviously the Lego group won't be happy with that, but again, you would have yourself a very, very limited edition thing, and it's going to get shipped on the March 2026. But this has 2,499 parts, and it has 13 stickers, and it has 528 unique parts as well. Whew, right, so that is the art factory. Let's click on the off-road adventure. If I was professional enough, I would have paused the video, but I am not. I am far too thirsty to actually care about that. So off-road adventure. This could potentially work nicely with the A-frame cabin. If you have got like a forestry type section or anything like that, I think it would work well. I do like the technique for the fish. They have got this on a much bigger scale at the Lego house, which I do need to get back to. So I haven't actually gone in 2024. That's the first year I haven't gone since 2020. So I went for 3 years in a row, and I've missed it in 2024. So 2025, I won't get back there. But you've obviously got the tents, you've got the little bits and pieces, you've got the axe with the wood. So obviously there'd be potentially a campfire somewhere. Too many figures. You obviously got a nice little build for the actual wagon as well. You've got a spare fuel tank up at the top, spare tools. Obviously you've got the nice lighting rig, and then you've got this cool thing on the side to climb up and obviously get the stuff off the roof. Again, you've got the tent. You've got the I would imagine that's like a cooler at the back. You've got 1, 2 animals, and then going back to the technique of this fish at the Lego house, it's meters tall. But what I do like about this is just a nice little simple clear clip that they have up there, so it looks like the fish is trying to go upstream, or you can have them going back downstream, and obviously you can continue this as far as you like. And again, I do quite like the fact it's clear water, rather than blue. So there is some nice little bits and pieces going on. You've got more wood and all the little bits and pieces at the back, and there's another animal just there. You've got a little squirrel hiding. Nice little technique for this tree. I don't think I've seen that one before. And then these are the newer elements now for the other 3 trees as well. And then that is just from that side. So we're just getting a 360 pan round. We haven't really missed. Oh, there's 2 fish in there. I was about to say we've not really missed too much, but there is another fish. What looks like is under the water. So that's a very, very clever building technique. It looks like obviously you're going to build up and over the fish as well, so they can't be nabbed. But that, okay, so they have got a little bed, little lamp, and some of the little bits and pieces on the inside. And again, that's just a quick look at the vehicle. There's your 2 minifigures, there's your rabbit, there's your squirrel, and the other little bits and pieces that it comes with. So again, congratulations to the designer, and congratulations to the designer of all of these as well. They do look very, very strong for Series 6. There's no weak link, not that there ever is. Obviously, the price point will very much depend on the actual brick count. This will obviously be one of the cheaper ones, but we could have quite a few expensive ones in this as well. And of course, we've got the Outlaw Forest Den, which with potentially, I think that's the minifigure that is coming out in January the 1st. So you could army build them if you wanted to. and then have them ready for when this comes out in March of 2026, which is a very, very scary thing to say. Right, we've got the gold mine. So if you are a fan of the Wild West and potentially picked up some of the other Wild West themes from the Bricklink Designer program, or if you just had them when they came out way back when, this does look very, very smart. Again, I don't have a use for it, but the problem is that there is so many gold mine roller coasters, um, where you literally go through the gold mine as a queue line, and then you go off into different tracks. And the biggest one that I've done was in Nashville at Dollywood, which was very, very surprising how big and fast that was. And it looks very, very similar to this. So I could potentially have it as an Easter egg, but then I'd have to customize the track. And that could get very, very expensive very, very quickly. Does look like it's more of a diorama piece because they've done it triple skinned up at the bottom and it's not on a base plate. So I would class this more as a standalone diorama. Maybe that's what maybe that's what they've gone for. But you can see it is Brick Creek. What do we have? So we've got quite a lot of different minifigures. You've got a nice little doorway just up at the sides. You've got some weird and wonderful mushrooms. You've got the chap with the sieve, which is obviously pretty cool. It does look like you've got a mix of old minifigures, you can see with regards to that, and then you've got more modern. So maybe it is just looking back at an older set, and it's not set in that time frame, which again, it's a cool mix of minifigures. There's a lot going on with that. I like all the texture and everything on the front. I do like the colours, and of course all the different lily pads for the trees look nice as well. But this is what you are getting. So the gold mine itself, it has a food cold storage, rock crusher, stamp mill, water mill, well, and a cascade. And then you've got a safe, the gold office, a post office, a kitchen, and a canteen. And then you have got a dormitory, you've got a casting room, and a wooden winch. And on the top floor, you've got the mining supplies and head frame. So it would be quite nice if, again, I say this every single time Lego do this. They could tilt it just so we could actually see in it. It would be fantastic because I would like to see what is actually on the first floor just there. And you can't. But it does look very, very good indeed. And also I do like the track going straight through. So it is a smart thing. I can see this selling very, very well. Again, that's just a slightly higher angle with regards to all the gold and everything that's coming out in there. And you've got the entry with the other little bits and pieces. And then if we take that all the way up to the top, you've got all of the cool little bits and pieces with a nice little ladder. So you can get some nice photos if you're obviously doing your minifigure photography. I think you could do a really, really nice thing on that. And obviously it's mining supplies as well. So obviously it's just a nice little shop. Could potentially double up as a gift shop in a theme park. I'm not trying to convince myself to get it, but there is a possibility. But I think for me, there is one on this list which will be interesting to see how well it sells. So this is the bits on the inside. So each one of these is small little rooms on the side, all the gold and everything like that. Does look like the wheel moves round, and obviously the wheel moves round, then it moves this, which is the watermill rock crusher. Now, again, you could have this almost as a walk-through museum, if it isn't an actual working mine, which again would look pretty cool if it was just a queue line and you walked all the way through to a custom roller coaster, for example. I would love just the launch where it just shoots up, goes up vertically, and then just comes back down again, where it takes up no space but a lot of height. I have said I wanted to do that for a while, and I was going to potentially do that as a launch coaster for the Jurassic Park because you don't need that many pieces to be able to do it. So I have got that saved in the back of my mind for a certain set when it comes out. That I can actually just add it straight in as a theme park bit. And this is whatever set I pick, is just a little bit theming. So this is a better look at the ground level. You can see you've got the track and as it wraps around, and you've got all the other little bits and pieces just in there. Obviously, if you get a light kit for it, you can make this really nice and lit. And you've got all of these nice little bits and pieces on the left-hand side. So you already know that's a crusher. That's obviously the food storage. And then as it comes down, you've got all the rocks and dynamites and everything else like that. So again, it does look very, very clean and very, very good. This is what we want to see. And then we have got these individual photos on the left. You can see the clock and everything, and obviously you've got nice little books and everything on the back with some more gold and gold storage. And then up here, you've got lots of different hours. I was about to say hours because I've just read the post hours just on the side. You've got lots of different rooms. So that's pretty cool that you can see the glowing bit going straight down. It wraps all the way around into here. So you've got again, you've got the nice clock, which is what this photo is. And then I guess this is the canteen because that's obviously where people are chilling out. You've got the dartboard and bits and pieces up at the top. Why you got a post office there, I have absolutely no idea. And then obviously that looks like it's your kitchen. So there is a fair bit going on in this set, and obviously this is your dorms. So you've got 6 beds up at the top. So obviously if you want to just have all the minifigures sleeping, or again take that off, and then you can just get some nice photos. But that's the elf was 3 beds on top of each other. So I think 6 is the most I've seen on top. But the Snow White cottage has all the beds in one room on the back. So I do like the fact it's something completely different because I think that's the first time I've seen two triple beds. I was about to say triple bunk beds, but bunk beds is double. A triple bunk. There we go. A triple bunk. So that does look pretty cool. And then we've got this bit on the side, which obviously clearly does something and moves around. It looks like it's obviously some sort of winch, and you've got all the piping and everything that wraps around the side of it. And then obviously that's the other view of the post. So that's pretty cool. And then this is, well, the bit all the way up at the top. So there's your mining supplies. And obviously you've got the mining supplies up at the top. You've got all your dynamite boxes. Pretty cool builds on those. And then you just got the nice little supports just up at the top. As we come down, what does that sign say? Oh, Brick Creek Gold Mine, isn't it? And then we have, there is Brick Creek Gold Mine, 17.99, and then we've got the cool little mining supplies with a nice roof as well. So again, congratulations to Brick Project on this 3,570 pieces, 12 stickers. So this will be coming in at the higher price point. We know that. So when it comes in with the 3,000 to 3,500 brick count, you know you're going to have to be paying top money for that. The Art Factory, what did that come in at? 2,400. So as it stands right now, that'd be the cheapest. That's the middle. That's the most expensive. Now, the Forest Den is always surprising with regards to these because it could be loads of bricks or not so many. It does look pretty big, 2,400. So it looks like we've got one at the bottom, potentially 2 middle prices, which means the one that I'm about to click on after this, which is the one that's caught my eye, must have a deceiving amount of pieces because I would imagine they're all lily pads. So hopefully Lego will be kind and not charge a fortune for that. And then my theory of more pieces to more money, it's going to be more pieces to more money, isn't it? So I think this is the theme that is going to be coming out in a couple of days because this has been filmed on the 30th of December 2024 and it will be uploaded on the 30th of December 2024. So within 48 hours, if the shops are open. If not, you'll be looking at about 72 hours until the shops open. And so you can get your hands on the brand new minifigures. And if this is the one, it's going to sell out quickly. So you want to get to the store fast. Now, it's going to sell out. We know it's going to sell out. People are mental for these. And I can see why. Because if you just wanted a huge display with all of the different armies, it looks great. And obviously, Lego aren't producing them. They've got their own. But they do look fantastic. I've got a soft spot for medieval bits and pieces, but I have not gone down the slippery slope of all of it because I think it's just going to be a never-ending money grab for minifigures and all the other little bits and pieces. So the displays that people are going to make, I cannot wait. I have got some of the original older sets from '97 with a couple of the different teams with the battering ram and the catapults and things like that. I think 96 to 98 is some of the stuff that I've got, which does look very, very good indeed. Now, this one does look like it's an interesting shape, but it looks like obviously it comes in, comes round, and comes round the other way. I don't imagine it would fold in. It might do, but I can't imagine it folding in on itself. Oh no, it was folded in on itself, wasn't it? Yes. So it folds in on itself. I'm talking nonsense. And you've got all this really nice detailing and everything on the side. Or if you want to, you can split it open completely and have, I'm guessing there's going to be some detail on the inside that we're going to be looking at very, very shortly. So you've got horse and cart, you've got wise man, and then we've got the 1, 2, 3, 4 army, 5 army. Now, again, correct me if I'm wrong. Oh, no, that's the wrong team. In the actual Lego castle, there was one intruder. I can't remember what team that minifigure was from, but I don't think it was the wolf. So that might have been something else. But that is a good, strong start to an army if you wanted it, because it's got no other characters in there. So it works perfectly if you wanted your outlaw team. And obviously it's in the forest den as well, and you've got some cool little bits and pieces that can go in there. That'll be booze, possibly, more drink, and then that might be a little bit of food. And then obviously you've got this nice little light. That's a cool little build as well. And obviously you've got the different type of horse. So you have got different rooms in here. So you've got sleeping quarters just up at the top. Obviously an armory. Potentially that's where the horse would chill out, because you've got the carrot just up on there, and then you've got obviously bits and pieces going up on there. Does look like there might be a drawbridge just here, or some sort of door that opens, because that chain does look like it's on something that will spin. That looks quite smart as well. So that, it told you it was drink. So there's all your booze. There's your table. Again, it'll be a lighting kit for what you can see. It won't be lit. It does look good closed. Got some really nice angles on that. It's going to be roughly a 32 by 32 with a curved front. So it will make it a little bit awkward to display. Well, it won't, to be fair, because you can just tile around it and do the other little bits and pieces. So it does look great. Water's an interesting touch just up in here, because obviously if you're going to make this into a larger diorama, you've got options in it with regards to what goes in the water. Do you just stop it? Do you make a bridge and have the water going underneath it? So yes, there's lots of different bits and pieces that you can do. But luckily, even though I think this does look fantastic, I can pass on this one. This one might sell out first. You just never know, do you? You just never know. Everybody has their own taste, and everybody is as crazy as each other. Now, the one that did catch my eye is this. It's just a really nice walk, and all I would do is put a waterfall at the end of it, just for certain personal reasons. Now, those trees are incredible, but the brick count on this is over 3,000 pieces. So this will be joint top, or the second most expensive. There's a lot going on. So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 minifigures and a dog. And it is just a full-blown trail. So it's perfect for what I want. You just walk yourself in. I could add this basically straight into my display with all the other trees behind it, coming off the Rivendell in between the new set that I have literally added. It was a monstrosity video of 1 hour and 40, so it's the latest disaster video, and it nearly did beat me, that one, but I can't get over the height. These must be the tallest trees so far. These things are enormous. Does it have... you can reach the heights of more than 300 feet and 20 feet of natural wonder. Obviously, it's based on... So there's 9 minifigures, 2 rangers. Yeah. So it's 21 inches tall, that tree. That's what I was after. So that is a very, very tall tree. Now, I'd have to measure, because if it is really tall, because obviously 21 inches is big, it might hit the roof, which would then mean it would need a whole new rearrange. But let's take a look at it in a little bit closer detail. I've got a soft spot for this because it's close to home, and it's what I've been doing over the 2024 period, going on for nice walks and just going into trees and things like that, and going on different trails. So yeah, this one hits home for me, which is nice. But you can see what it is. Obviously, it is meant to be a proper tree trail. Obviously, there'll be a history behind it and everything else like that. Walk yourself up, walk yourself round, take lots and lots of different photos as you go. You can see you get general stud, and then obviously you buy your either a map or a ticket just there, which is a very, very sweet thing. Let me just get that photo there. So that's the top of that photo. And then, yeah, there's so much detail going on. So you just stay on the brown. So you've got all of these bits and pieces. You've got another little lovely little cabin just in there, squirrel, all the lily pads and everything, a bench. And then you go through this, and obviously it looks like you've then got a sign for camping and other little bits and pieces. So what have we got in here? We've got the trail, a banana slug, a Stella J, obviously the big giant trees, and the other little bits and pieces with the lily pads and things like that on top. That's the actual map. So you could extend this massively because it looks like you've got 3 walks, which clearly is just, that is obviously the huge trail. And then it looks like you've got accommodation and everything in the middle. So if that sign does have the accommodation on it, and you wanted to see, look at that. That's exactly the angle I'll be taking of photos as well. It just looks, when you've got a load of trees together with a load of different colour, and you get it from that sort of angle, as I learned yesterday, it does look very, very smart indeed. So what have we got? Oh, so they are sending you, so you can extend the walk if you want to going to the left. And if you have accommodation, which would obviously be, say, the A-frame cabin, with all the trees and everything out the front, that could make a very, very interesting display, because you could have the A-frame cabin with all the trees at the front, and then you can have some more trees after that, and then potentially go a little bit more silly and have the Winnie the Pooh bits and pieces with some more trees around that. So yes, I think I could do something with this. It does very much depend on the price point. And of course, it's not coming out until 2026. There's not exactly a rush. I am going to be very, very strategical with the sets that I'm going to be getting, if any at all, in 2025, because I'm going to be repairing quite a lot of damaged sets from 2024. But that is all of the photos from that. Now let's have a very, very quick look at Series 7, and then I think we're done. I don't think it's going to be out. Oh, it is live. Okay. So you have got 21 days, 5 hours, and 17 minutes and 40 seconds from me reading this out aloud to get the bits and pieces. So we're accepting submissions from January the 20th to January the 31st, 2025. So you can't submit your designs for another 21 days. So ignore exactly what I've just said. The best designs have a chance to be in Series 7. So get those ideas flowing. So good luck to anybody that has this. So on the 2nd of December 2024, they let you know that there's a countdown. And then on the 20th, this is not a big window. So it's the 20th to the 31st. You got to get your models in. And then we support everybody on the 10th to the 21st of February with regards to your vote, with what you think is the best. Then it goes to review from the 21st to the 17th. And then the top 5 winners get announced. And that's what we've just seen in all of the other little bits and pieces. But obviously these will not come out for a, well, very, very long time, because we're already January the 2nd of 26. And yeah, so you're looking at a long, 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 long time away for that. But again, a huge, huge congratulations to every single person on the Bricklink Designer Program. There's only been one, and obviously you can see what they were. There's some nice little bits and pieces on that. The Mountain Fortress sold out rapidly quick, and then the old train station did as well. So what you've just read is exactly how all of these worked for all of these, and obviously including Series 2. Now, there is still a delay on this. The sets will start shipping from mid-July and August for Asia Pacific region. So obviously there's something not quite right with that. But don't forget, this is a worldwide thing. And if you recognize that name, we've already seen this person's work in one of the newer series. And that is what was going on about the mushroom thing, because obviously now this will go with the new one, and then you can start building a really, really bright and vibrant city. But we are coming into series 4. That is going to be the next thing that's coming out, but you've still got a little wait because it's not until the 4th of February 2025. But guys, I think that is it, and I am done. So if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be absolutely fantastic. But as always, thank you very much for watching. You lot take care, and I'll see you next one. Ta-da.